North Dakota Republican Senator Kevin Cramer with us right now. Senator, it's a mess, and I just wonder, despite their promises to buy more goods from us, all this stuff pops up in the interim. Do you think they'll stick to that deal?
Well, Neil, we certainly hope that they would stick to the spirit of phase one. However, I think whenever you're dealing with China, you have to, you build the relationship on the idea that they won't keep their word, because even when they're doing trade with you, they're robbing you blind. And I think when the president set out to do a trade deal with China, of course, it's the largest population in the world. He already was convinced that they rob us blind, that their business prowess was much more aggressive than us. But I think what we've ended up doing is exposing a side to China that's even darker than maybe he thought it was. So here we are, free market economy, embarking on doing business with a controlled economy, and ethical dilemmas abound, and certainly there's a rash of them right now. The one thing that I would say, though, Neil, is that while all of this is happening, they also are an economy that depends a great deal on the United States. I mean, we're 20% of the world's economy, while only 5% of the world's population. So we're not somebody that they want to be on the outs with either. So we do have some leverage in that sense.
I'm just beginning to wonder, though, going forward, if maybe their intention here is more politically calculated, that they're so angry at President Trump and saying, calling it the Chinese virus, and it started with China, they misled the world and the tough talk and all, that now they're going to say, all right, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure this deal doesn't get cemented with you, and we'll take our chances on that other guy.
Perhaps, Neil, but this is why Donald Trump has been doing trade deals with lots of countries, not just China. In fact, I think his relationship with India could prove to be the great, the great balancer, if you will. They have a similar population. They are similarly on the outs with China. Of course, they're in the neighborhood, which is an added issue for them, obviously. But what we're also seeing at the same time, Neil, is that the rest of the free world is starting to see China more for who they are as well. Again, Donald Trump deserves some credit for exposing a lot of this, maybe some of it inadvertently. But just today, the United Kingdom announced, of course, that they're banning Huawei. That's a very significant geopolitical and economic move on the part of the UK. And I think that the nations banding together can certainly put China on the defensive, but maybe even bring them into a little better compliance.
We shall see, because they are certainly alienated, to your point, Senator. Thank you very, very much. Be well, Senator Cramer.
Thank you.